Welcome, everybody, to yet another classic, amazing, incredible episode of Creepy Old Crypt.
Yeah.
Possibly the best yet, maybe the most anticipated episode of all time. And why is that? Because it has an amazing subject.
Everyone's got to eat.
That's a really good point.
Yep.
Everyone's got to eat. And if you think you're above that, you're going to find out you're wrong this episode. You're going to sorely regret. If you haven't eaten before this, we're going to make you so hungry. You're going to be sad. By the time this episode's over, a lot of people are going to be at home listening to this, and they're going to go, ugh, and they're going to look through their cabinets, and all they're going to have is like a Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
And you're going to be so mad that you're going to go out and go to your local Disney theme park and eat. I don't know. Anyway, this is the food episode, just in time for Thanksgiving, the most food-centric holiday of all. Although I will say, I think I eat more food at Christmas.
Well, it's equal.
Thanksgiving is you have a feast. Okay, that's one thing. That's a tradition. But I find for Christmas, we still kind of have a big meal, but like throughout the whole day, it's like, oh, you made cookies. Oh, you got candy. Oh, I feel like I eat worse.
Really?
Maybe. That's up for debate. But anyway, just in time for the holidays, this is the food episode of Creepy Old Crypt, where we're going to talk about our favorites, and maybe not so favorites, foods from Disneyland, things we remember, things maybe they still have, maybe some stuff from other parks too. I don't know. Did you eat anything crazy in Paris?
No, not really.
Yeah, it's funny.
Nothing weird and crazy.
At Disneyland Paris, I remember eating, there was an American barbecue place where I had ribs, and then Earl of Sandwich. That's all I remember. So, no crazy stories there.
Nothing crazy, really.
But, maybe some other stuff. We were at Disney World just recently. That was your first trip there.
Yep.
So, we might have a few things to say about that. We'll throw that in later. We should do a show about Disney World, too. Get your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Don't share a single thought until that episode.
I won't.
Don't suggest any opinion either way, because you don't want people to not tune in.
Yeah.
But anyway, tonight it's all about the food. One of my favorite subjects ever. So let's start it out. Everybody who goes when you go to Disneyland, you go to like a Disney park, wherever you may be. For us, it's Disneyland, classic.
Yep.
But whenever you go, I feel like everybody has their own tradition. Like every time I go, I got to get that. Every time I go, I got to pick up a corn dog or something. Yeah. Whatever it may be. Disneyland has its own kind of traditional food, or the foods that have become like iconic,
Yeah, you got to pick up every single thing.
Yeah. What are the iconic foods of Disneyland? Let's just think for a second. Yeah. Corn dog, the classic Disney corn dog. Churro.
Yeah.
Definitely the turkey leg.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different iconic kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What is your go-to? Like, what is your, like, hey, it's a tradition, I got to get this when I go. Do you have one?
I would say the number one, it's either a mint julep.
Mint julep, that's a good one.
That's my favorite. It's that. I was trying to think of like
yeah, you're trying to get around it.
It's a drink. Like it's
that counts. That's good.
Yeah.
It's consumable.
Mint julep is the thing I have to get.
So, in case you've never had one, a mint julep is a rare drink that they serve in New Orleans.
Square.
Yeah, New Orleans
There's a whole
Square.
mint julep bar.
Yeah. And it is a mint. How would you describe it? A minty drink.
It's a minty like lemon drink.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very citrusy and minty. It's very good.
Yes, and you don't really see that many places.
Yep.
So that is a good one. I don't know why I wasn't even thinking about that. That's a tradition for me.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know what it is because it's not even that iconic. But for me, ever since I was a kid, I didn't go here all the time as a kid, but when I did, we always got ice cream at the Gibson Girl ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
So I don't know why, mentally, I always think, I got to get ice cream there. I have to go. It's not even like they've got ice cream that you can't get anywhere else, but for some reason it's like, I got to go there.
It's Dreyer's ice cream.
Yeah,
It's the same stuff you get in the tub at Vaughn's.
Yeah, but I will say, though, they make their own cones.
Yes.
They do make all that there.
Good.
So it is it's still an experience.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that was always like when I was a kid. It was like that's how we capped off Disneyland as we went to the Gibson Girl.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a tradition for me, just out of habit. Not really that's the only reason. But other than that, the mint julep, I would agree with that.
I love it, and they changed it recently.
They did.
It used to be like neon green,
Really green,
and it had a toothpick with a lemon, a cherry, and a piece of mint. And they got rid of the lemon and cherry, and I think they got rid of the cherry. I think it's a slice of lemon and a piece of mint.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, and it's weird. It was such an iconic thing,
and they changed it. It's more like lemonade with mint in it.
Yeah,
instead of
rather than an overwhelmingly minty thing.
Yeah,
I don't understand the reasoning there.
Me neither.
And
I guess because it'll sell better if it looks different.
Yeah, but it was like an iconic thing. So that's something that sometimes I welcome change and I'm okay with change at Disneyland, but that's something that did not need to be adjusted in any way. Yeah,
some people said it tasted like mouthwash. I didn't think so.
No,
and mint is a good flavor. The reason mouthwash tastes like that is because
it's a flavor.
Yeah.
I wrestle with that all the time. People tell me that all the time. I don't like mint this because it's mouthwash. That came later.
They flavor mouthwash to taste good, so it's mint.
Yes, that came later. Yeah. That's like I don't eat strawberries because I got a strawberry air freshener. They did that because it would smell better.
It smells good.
Anyway, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg kind of thing. Anyway. The mint julep is good. When you go to the mint julep bar in Disneyland, I also do like to get the beignets.
Yeah.
You get a beignet, which are basically fried bread.
Yeah,
is that what you call
pretty
it?
much. They're just
a donut,
they're
not a donut,
they're
but
kind of like a donut,
kind of,
but not as dense.
They're Mickey shaped.
Yeah.
we should add.
And they're creamed with powdered sugar. Like,
they are in a paper bag full of powdered sugar.
It gets everywhere when you eat it.
I think consistently one of the funniest things in Disneyland is watching people try to eat them cleanly because they will fail every time. 100% failure rate.
It's like,
they will not succeed. You will eat it and it will explode.
It'll get everywhere.
But the good part about powdered sugar, you can dust it off. It's okay. Yeah. By the way, before we continue, we have not said where we are.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to explain. We are at the classic... a day one venue here in Disneyland. We're at the Golden Horseshoe in the heart of Frontierland.
Yes.
They normally do shows on stage. You can't see it; it's past the camera. But normally there is. I'm not going to say normally. There's a stage back there, but they're not playing anything right now. So it felt, this area is normally
it's very back
for viewing and stuff, but nobody's viewing anything because the shows are over.
Yeah.
But people eat in here. There's some food in here. You know what's funny? I don't eat in here that often. Inside.
There's a connected restaurant called the Stage Door Cafe.
Yeah.
And that's where they got the corn dogs.
Yeah.
And everything like that.
It's out back, like around the backside of this place, and you would think that wouldn't be as good as the inside. But the inside here, it's kind of like family stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
they do have the bread bowl, the traditional bread bowl in here.
Chili bread bowl, right?
That's it.
Which is good.
Yeah. But I get a corn dog. That's
Yeah. Now, this is one of the things we're going to talk about, too, in addition to everything else.
Yeah.
What food is good? Okay, that's one thing. But we have our own kind of like Disney food hacks.
Yeah.
I don't call him that. Kevin calls him that. He likes to call everything a hack. That's just him. You know, he says life hack like 10 times a day.
I do.
That's totally your thing. You can coin the term, basically.
Yeah.
But, there's things that people don't quite get or maybe don't know about with the food, situation. And one of those things is, okay, so the corn dogs.
Yeah.
Disneyland, now this is my opinion, but I think a lot of people share it.
Yeah.
I think has the best corn dogs.
I've never had a better one.
That is my favorite corn dog. I don't think anyone's made a better corn dog than Disneyland because they make them, dip them here.
Yep.
Super iconic. I've said the word iconic so many times, but it's true. Now
they're gigantic too. If you get one,
big, they're big as hell. This whole time I've been thinking I should have got one. Had it with me. But anyway, one of the traditions that a lot of people have is the famous place to get them is the Red Wagon. What is it called? Does it have an official name? Red Wagon Corn Dog.
I don't know. I just call it the Corn Dog Cart.
Yeah,
and it's over near Main Street at the end of it.
At the very end of it, it's a big red wagon. I think that's like an old school.
Yeah,
that's been there
for a
long time. Yeah. And so that's kind of the I gotta figure out another word for iconic.
Yeah.
That's kind of the legendary place to get the corn dogs. And so I know a lot of people are, I always got to go there. But when you go there,
the line's extremely long.
Right, it's down the street.
Yep.
And also, they give you a bag of chips.
Yeah, instead of fries. Because
Now,
they don't have fryers in that cart.
Exactly, it's a cart.
Yeah.
But if you go to the Stage Door Cafe, which is, again, behind, kind of around the side of the Golden Horseshoe, they have the same corn dogs there, but they give you fresh fries.
Yep.
And the line is not nearly as long.
Yeah.
And also, added bonus, they have funnel cake, which is good.
Yeah. They have 3 different types. They have regular, strawberry, and brownie. And brownie's the one I always get.
Brownie is the best one, but I gotta call it what it is. I gotta, if this is tense, I'm sorry. I gotta call it like I see it. I see you scraping the whipped cream off.
Oh.
Some of the time.
Whipped cream is the worst. I hate whipped
I can't
cream.
stand for that. I'm gonna say here and
Get
now.
that out of the way.
This is a rift. I don't know if this is gonna prevent further episodes from coming out. I'm a whipped cream guy. This guy is not.
No.
It's kind of like a Civil War thing. If you ever seen Two Brothers in Lincoln, doesn't end well. And I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna survive. This guy liked the reference. You can't see him on camera, but he liked the reference anyway. But
whipped cream sucks.
I like it. So he scrapes it off.
Yep.
It's very sad. If you're a bit of a cream man, it's a sad sight. But I think no matter how you slice it, it's good. Doesn't need the whipped cream either way.
No, it's delicious.
Yeah, the funnel cakes are out of control here.
Yep.
There's a lot of ways to die young at Disneyland. You'll find ways.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you about all of them. But getting the corn dog and the funnel cake back to back, that's a good one.
Yeah, on the same plate.
Yeah.
Here you go.
So anyway, that place is good. Is really good for that. So yeah, skip the cart. Go to the stage door.
Go straight to the side door.
Yeah, I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so that's the thing we like to do. We already talked about the beignets, stuff like that. Okay, so I thought we would break this down into the categories in terms of what are your kind of the favorites.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll talk about things that maybe are again legendary. Now I'm stuck on that word. That maybe we don't care for as much. I don't know. But anyway, I thought we would start small. You go snack. What is your favorite Disneyland snack? What would you say? Like not a meal.
I don't get a lot of snacks. I tend to, when I'm here, I'm starving. When I show up, I'm like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But in terms of snack, the popcorn smells so good anywhere.
Yeah.
And I had some today.
Yes.
They pump the buttery smell out from the carts, so as soon as you walk by, you can smell it.
Yes.
It's something I haven't gotten in years now, but the churro.
Yeah.
I love churros, but I can't justify it anymore.
Totally. I totally agree.
It's now nearing $5 for a churro.
Yep.
And normally I'm like, whatever, I'm at Disneyland.
Yep.
But that is just like, I'm to the point where I'm like, there's other snacks I can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're expensive enough that it's just to me, and I'm not someone who normally balks at the price of food.
No.
I mean, look at me. I'll eat it. But it's if it's got if it's an experience or it's whatever thing, I don't mind paying a little more. But a churro, when they're gigantic and $1 at Costco, I don't really want to pay $5 for the same thing here. And they really are kind of the same.
Yep.
They're not. It's not like they're mega churros here.
No.
They're churros. They're fine. So I like the churros, but I kind of skip that. I gotta agree on the popcorn. The popcorn, in terms of just a snacky thing, man, they flow that popcorn smell at you. You walk through New Orleans Square, and it's like, where's the popcorn? Okay, I agree. I don't normally always eat popcorn necessarily, but man, here, all the time.
They know how to do it.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's really good. I'm trying to think of any other kind of snacky kind of thing. Okay, in terms of like a meal, what would you say? Like, what would you say is like the best? We should break it down. Not because my go-to, I immediately want to say like Blue Bayou or something fancy.
Or do we want to wait on the best sit-down restaurants and go to like best?
Yeah, let's have that be as a separate thing.
Table service.
Just quick service. You pick up something, you eat it.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best meal? Like you just want to sit down and have lunch.
Yeah, I would
dinner.
say chili bread bowl. Anything in a bread
Really?
bowl here is great.
Really?
I would probably say chili bread bowl.
Chili bread bowl.
I don't like the burgers here that much.
Yeah, they've done a couple things to improve them in a couple spots.
Yeah.
But generally, I don't really want a burger. Yeah,
No.
that's the ultimate tourist food.
Yeah.
And they're edible. They're not like bad here, but they're just a burger.
Yeah, that's where I like bread bowl is something that's usually what I do when I get a meal. Typically, I get a corn dog, and that's my meal. But
corn dog is where it's at.
We already talked about it. Other than that, bread bowls are where it's at. I love.
I gotta say, I am also gonna say bread bowl, but I'm gonna say clam chowder.
Yeah, that's on the out. That's a little further down.
Yeah, you go down. There's a place, and it's so funny. The main place, the place that everybody knows to get a clam chowder bread bowl is right in the heart of New Orleans Square, like right above Pirates of the Caribbean. And yet, if you ask anybody what the name of that place is, they have a banner that says like, what does it say?
It says try our gumbo.
But that's all anyone retains from it. So
everybody just calls it try our gumbo.
Yeah, where do you want to go? Well, let's go to try our gumbo.
Yeah, it's called something.
I think it's Royal Street Veranda.
That's it.
Is that what it is?
That sounds familiar.
Okay. So now you know.
Yep.
You can also get bread bowls at the Harbor Galley, which is right outside the exit to Haunted Mansion. But I've always been kind of a seafood guy. I like clam chowder. I'm gonna say my favorite is the clam chowder bread bowl. The chili bowl is good too.
Yeah.
But I am gonna shift my preference to the chowder. They also have steak gumbo.
Yeah, I tried that. I didn't like it as much.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I never got it again.
Yeah. It's funny. I was like, the thing I get the most is pretty much the same thing, but in DCA, the meal I always get is a chili cone.
That's a good one.
And it's the same exact thing, except it's like a dough.
It's in a cone you can hold.
It's like a cone made out of dough, and then it's just filled with chili.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. That's a good one. Sometimes in the same place.
Yeah.
That place is called what? Cozy Cone?
Yep.
Yeah. Over in Cars Land. They have that in the same vein. One of my favorite things there is sometimes they also do the pulled pork cone.
Pulled pork is the best one, but it's a rarity. Sometimes you get, and they also do it's permanent, but the mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. I like that one too.
Mac
and cheese. So the mac and cheese has bacon crumbles in it.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that.
I never just like anything in a breaded container.
Yes. Totally. The pulled pork cone, we should note, is barbecue pulled pork.
Yeah.
But at the center is a long, sweet dill pickle.
Yes, I forgot about that.
You can't hate on that. All you pickle haters out there, shut it down.
Yeah.
Turn it off. No, actually, keep watching. We're not going to talk about pickles. Actually, no, I should say.
No, yes.
I should say, I do enjoy, occasionally, I don't get it often, a Disneyland pickle.
Yep.
Where they got a pickle like that big.
Yep.
Sometimes it's like,
that
give me a pickle.
So good.
Yeah. We may be divided on the cream debate.
Yeah.
But the pickle
I love pickles.
issue, no problems here.
Not at all.
Anyway, going back. So let's talk real quick about. We can go over to DCA in a second.
Yeah.
Actually, let's keep talking about our favorites. So in terms of favorite meal, I think in terms of quick service, the bread bowl, you really can't mess with that.
It's quick, it's easy, and it's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're usually not that costly.
No.
Compared to other stuff.
Yeah. They do give you they scoop it out and they give you that scoop. Like they pull out
Totally.
They pull out the top of bread and so you get both. So you have this nice big chunk of sourdough with it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, so the other thing that so let's go to a dessert item.
Yeah.
Okay, you've had your meal, you're doing whatever you got to do. What is your dessert item in the park?
In the park,
you're going for sweets. You're having a dessert. What are you going for?
One of my favorite things, and they haven't had it in a while, and I'm bummed, is they have this Mickey chocolate tart. It's in Saving a Mickey Head over at the Jolly Holiday, which is another restaurant they have here.
That was good.
And that was one of my favorite things they've ever put out.
Yeah.
And I haven't had it forever because they've revamped their menu or something, and it's not there anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
That was one I would get.
That was delicious.
Constantly. And those were so good.
Sorry if I spaced and you just said this. I'm really sorry. That's the one they gave us on the tour.
Yes.
We went on a tour of Walt's apartment.
Yep.
And when it was over, they gave us like some food.
Yep.
And
that was the first time I had it, and I'm like, this is awesome. And then later on, I was at the Jolly Holiday, and I'm like, those are there they are.
Yeah.
And I had to get one.
Those were really good.
And I don't see them anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe did recently, but
Really?
I could be wrong.
Yeah. But other than that, things I get that I guess you can count this as a dessert. I end the day with this a lot, but English toffee.
They do. Yes, I totally agree.
I get that. That's my throughout the day. I'll I want to get something desserty, but no, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that at the end of the day.
Because the toffee. Okay, so and again, for those who don't know, Disneyland is really kind of unique in the sense that they have legit candy shops here.
Yeah, they make it right in front of the window.
Yeah, it's
they make
not
it in front of you.
It's not just that they sell it.
Yeah,
they make it here.
Yeah.
And even I could be wrong. People out there, correct me on this. I don't even really think they do that at Florida.
No.
At Disney World, because we were there and it was like they made like cotton candy.
Yeah,
but they did not make on the level that they make here.
They didn't have like the cold table with the chocolate and all the candy stuff. Yeah,
they legit make a ton of fresh candy here, to the point that a big Christmas tradition here, a super big tradition here, is that it's one of the only places left in the world that makes fresh candy canes for Christmas. And we always joke about this because it's a tradition here. Like it's around this time that every day they'll okay, we're gonna make fresh candy canes. They make them in front of you and hand them to you. However, it's become such a big deal here that now people camp out early in the morning.
They get a number in their line, and then it's a nightmare.
That number gets you back into another line later in the day, where then you can buy one. And
it's like a fast pass for it. And it's
a huge hassle.
It's not worth it. I've never had one, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's just funny that it's just gone that route where it's I don't know. Yeah, to me, it's exceeded what it's worth. I got here. There was one day that they were doing it that I got here right when the park opened. 8 a.m.
Yeah.
The door opened.
Rope drop.
And I went in and said, "Can I get a fresh candy cane?" And they laughed at me. They went, "Yeah, people waited all morning. The tickets are gone." And it was like, why would you wake up at 5 in the morning for a candy cane? Maybe people out there have done it, and maybe is it worth it?
Yeah. I heard is it warm? Is it a warm candy cane they give it? Never had one, and I don't care to have one.
But it is cool. There's a video online of them doing it. It is cool. They get all the waxy stuff and twist it up. Yeah. And then there's a nail on the wall, and they stretch it on that.
Yep.
It's a pretty neat process, and it is cool. This is one of the only places left that does it.
Yeah.
In just a handmade way, not streamlined in any way. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't even want one.
But I'm not going to wake up early.
I don't even want one because they taste like mouthwash. So why would I?
It's mint. Yeah. Why would you do it?
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's so anyway, they make their own candy.
Yeah. Desserts.
So going back to that, that's my favorite thing that they do make here, candy-wise. I'm going to agree, is the English toffee.
I've tried other stuff and I don't like it as much. That is the best thing they have.
Yes, they make other stuff. I do like they make fresh peanut brittle. I love that.
That's good too.
They make lots of good stuff, but the best is the English toffee.
Yep.
And I'll do that too. I'll save for that because the English toffee is a little more expensive than the other candy, but it's so good. It's freshly made English toffee.
I can't open that night, or if I open it at the park, it will not see the light of day.
Yeah.
It will not see the next morning. And so
Absolutely.
I have to go, okay, I'm not going to open this yet. I'm going to take it home.
Totally.
I'll eat it later.
Yeah. The best thing I can hope for is to forget I have it.
Yeah.
Because I have had that happen where I've stayed somewhere that night, and then I wake up the next day and I go, I have a whole bag of candy, of toffee, but otherwise it gets eaten that night. Yeah. So the best thing that's ever happened to me is I forgot, which does not happen much. Anyway, so I'm gonna agree with that. I have my tradition is the ice cream, but my actual favorite thing is that toffee. Yeah. I love that toffee. I should say, back on the ice cream note.
Okay.
On the ice cream note, one of my favorite things they do, speaking of candy canes, is around this time, actually after this, I'm going to go there and look.
Oh yeah, they have it.
They have crushed candy cane ice cream.
Oh yeah.
And it's basically, it's one thing to have, okay, there's mint ice cream, mint chocolate chip, whatever.
Yeah.
But this ice cream is straight pink.
Yeah. And
they crunch.
bits of candy cane.
They crunch candy cane into it. And what's even, and as a bonus, you can even get a cone that is dipped in chocolate, and they roll it in crushed candy cane, which is great. Except you will cut your tongue up. I have licked that ice cream, and it's like it's like licking broken glass. So, if you like that, I'm kind of if you're kind of a pain junkie, you probably like it. Anyway, so yeah, on the subject of dessert, that's definitely one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Whenever I go there, I like getting something like a sundae with hot fudge or something.
Yes.
But the thing I get more than ever at an ice cream shop, whether it's Ghirardelli's or here, is a float.
Ooh, yeah.
Coke float.
Yeah.
I love those. I will eat those nonstop. Those are my favorite ice cream dessert.
Floats are good. You prefer a Coke float to a root beer float?
100%. I can't remember last time I had a root beer float. I like root beer.
Okay.
But Coke float is amazing.
There was a little wedge with the cream debate.
Yeah.
And now here comes the root beer debate. That wedge, that crack is getting...
I don't hate root beer or root beer floats.
I'm just kidding. I love Coke floats.
Coke floats are so much better.
I will say I don't have a preference. I like root beer and Coke floats.
Coke is the best liquid ever invented.
But I do agree with that.
There's like water is right here.
Yeah.
Coke is like right here.
I do agree.
So
I do agree.
Yeah, Coke floats are.
But you know what it is for me? For some reason, the root beer with vanilla has always been a great combo.
Yeah.
I mean, Coke and vanilla is good too, obviously. But for some reason, root beer, that's why that's why it's hard for me to pick a favorite. I like them both. But wackadoo, third option. I remember. I'm gonna take a little bit of credit here, and by the end of this, if Disney doesn't send a check, there's gonna be an issue.
Okay.
I remember being at California Adventure next door.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was on a hot day, and I was there. I don't remember if you were there, but I know I was there with Mariel and Ryan.
Yeah.
Our good friend Dr. Ryan out there. We were there. It was hot, and they had a soft serve ice cream place in California Adventure, and they offered, and they had soda there too. And I remember going up and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, can you put vanilla ice cream in an orange soda? Yep. That sounds so good." And they were like, "Well, that's not really on our menu. Wait right here." And they didn't charge extra. They just dumped all the vanilla ice cream into an orange soda.
Yeah.
And it was like a cream dream. It was like a creamsicle.
Yep. That's good too.
And now that's on the official menu here.
Oh.
So I want the credit. I want, just like...
because you were the first and last person to ever request that.
Name another one. Name another one. Enough said. Just like Ryan should be getting residuals from Hot Pepper Gaming because that was his idea.
Yep.
Am I allowed to say that publicly? I don't know.
I don't know.
I deserve the money and the credit for the cream. I call it the cream dream. So
is that what it says on the menu?
I bet they stole the name too. So anyway, orange soda with vanilla. I find that I like that more on a hot day.
Yeah.
Just like the next thing I want to talk about is the Dole Whip. The Dole Whip is I don't typically go for the fruity dessert.
Yeah.
Typically in any, I'm normally more give me ice cream, give me vanilla, give me chocolate, give me whatever. So I'm not a fruity guy.
Me neither.
But on a hot day, I like a Dole Whip.
Really? I've never liked
there's that
Dole Whip.
For everybody, there's that rift getting bigger.
Dole Whip float.
Getting bigger.
I don't like sherbet kind of type ice cream.
No, I typically don't either.
I don't like that kind of like fruity type thing.
Yeah.
I like a creamier. And I don't enjoy it. I've never liked a Dole Whip or Dole Whip float. A Dole Whip float is basically Dole Whip. A Dole Whip is basically pineapple soft serve.
Pineapple soft serve,
And then you get a Dole Whip float, and it's basically that on top of pineapple juice.
Yeah, a cup of pineapple juice. Yeah.
And either one, no. I don't like. I like pineapple juice. I've gotten pineapple juice before there.
Yeah.
But I don't like Dole Whips or Dole Whip floats.
Whoops. Like I said, I do, but that's not something I have to get every time. Yeah. I do, when it's hot out, to me, I've equated it before to getting a Slurpee.
Yeah.
I'll get, like on a hot day, I get a cherry Slurpee. Oh, that's good. Or actually, typically I get the Coke Slurpee with cherry in it, but that's a different show. That's another episode. I wouldn't know what episode that would be, but not this
The 7-Eleven.
The 7-Eleven episode. Convenience store episode. But anyway, but on a hot day, on a hot day and you're in the tiki room and it's nice and cool, I go for a Dole Whip. I'll do it. But I will say, this may be controversial, I like Florida's version better. Florida.
Oh, that orange thing?
They have the citrus swirl, and that is orange juice, like orange soft serve. Yeah. Just like in the way that ours here is pineapple. It's orange, so it's fruity, but it's mixed with vanilla ice cream.
Oh, that's good.
And it's delicious. Good. I was so looking forward to getting one when we were there just a couple weeks ago. It was closed. Why was it closed? I was so excited to have you try it because I bet it would have converted you. I bet you would have.
I probably would have liked that. It's vanilla ice cream. Orange juice.
I know you're a hater. I know you were ready to rage as soon as we got there. You saw that orange bird and you were ready to, Yeah. But no, you would have liked it. I couldn't believe it was closed. So I got to go back to Florida soon to have it.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, so anyway, but the Dole Whip. But I still think it's a classic thing. That is the only food that I can think of that is intrinsically tied to one specific attraction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I do think that kind of makes it special.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know of any other attraction that specifically has its own item. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Can you think of another one? I can't think of another one.
Other than beignets, that's it.
Yeah, but that's not really tied to one thing. That's tied to a land.
Yeah, that's tied to a land. Yeah, that's tied to...
But when you see a Dole Whip, that's Tiki Room,
yeah.
So I give it credit for that. That's kind of
interesting. We talked about the situation with corn dogs. There is the same situation with the Dole Whips.
Right.
In that there are two sides to the Dole Whip stand.
Yeah.
And one is extremely long.
Yeah.
And one is not.
Yeah.
And for some reason, everyone decides that it's a good idea to go on the one that everybody else is lined up for.
Yeah.
If you just go inside the Tiki Room waiting area, there's another side. And the wait is half the wait.
Sometimes more than half.
Yeah, sometimes you just walk right up and get it. Yeah.
Sometimes you'll be able to walk right up on that side while there is an hour-long wait on the other side.
Yep.
It is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Consistently, I see people do that, and I'm like, guys, you don't have to wait if you're on that side.
I know, not at all.
Oh, man, that is something else.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's that. In terms of other famous things in each land, I mean, that's Adventureland.
Yeah.
There's other stuff in Adventureland, the Bengal barbecue, but I never really go there.
I know, I got that once or twice.
Meat skewers.
It's meat skewers, that's about it,
You've got, not much else in Adventureland.
No.
New Orleans Square we kind of talked about.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland is probably my least.
Yeah, it had the worst food.
Yeah.
I never went there. It was all burgers and stuff like that. But recently, they started doing some nighttime menu thing.
Yeah, late night menu.
It was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was awesome.
It was like they put, it's like after 9 p.m. During the day. You know what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think that is. Tomorrowland is kind of like the biggest tourist magnet of Disneyland. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh yeah, Tomorrowland. They've got a roller coaster. They've got, Star Wars. It's got, it's kind of a tourist magnet. So they keep it really to burgers, fries, the basics.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Yeah.
And it's just
stuff for families.
Exactly. Yeah. But the late night menu was really cool. They had some kind of like Chipotle chicken quesadilla thing.
Yeah.
They had a chicken and waffle thing.
Yeah, a slider that was really good at grilled onions. And stuff on it.
And not that it actually was like In-N-Out, but it was like they were trying to approach it. Mm-hmm. So it was a good burger. It was like really good. They had a bunch of good stuff. It was decent. It was actually good.
It was very good.
So if you want to eat at Tomorrowland, wait till after 9.
Yeah, they had a drink. I forgot what it was called, but it was their special drink, and I can't remember.
I don't remember either. Some lemonade punch thing. That was good.
I can't remember.
It
was all good.
Everything was good. Yeah, I really enjoyed all of it. So anyway, that's one thing they've clawed their way out of. Now let's talk about Fantasyland. Now Fantasyland had really I guess the only game in town was the Fantasyland Village House.
The Village House.
Which was a Pinocchio-themed restaurant that just had burgers. But just recently, that has been changed to the Red Rose Tavern.
Yeah, based on Beauty and the Beast. For the movie that just came out.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think that was a limited time promotion, but it stayed.
It did so
People
well.
eat there way more now.
The food was so much better.
It is. They have slow-cooked beef poutine.
Yeah.
I get that every time.
I got the beef burger, and it's basically a burger with that beef on it.
Oh, okay.
And it was really, really good.
Yeah, they have the gray stuff, the dessert, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
Thought it was good. They have rose lemonade.
That was really good. It's not even on the menu anymore.
No.
They still have it.
Yeah. That's another food hack coming to you from us.
Just ask for the rose lemonade.
They'll
serve
lemonade.
it to you, even if it's not on the menu.
They got it. But anyway, so they have some pretty good stuff now.
Yeah.
Frontierland, I guess that kind of bleeds into New Orleans Square. We kind of talked about Frontierland. That's what we have here. We're at the Golden Horseshoe, obviously. Yeah. Okay, now let's get to it. What is something you already said your thing about the Dole Whip.
Yeah.
You already spewed your nonsense about that. Okay, we're probably going to cut that out. Whatever.
Dole
In the
Whip
interest of making yourself look okay. I'm concerned about your image here. No. What is something that maybe is iconic or legend? I could say it because I haven't said it in a while.
Yeah.
Something that. Sorry, I'm beeping. Tamagotchi on my keychain. That's embarrassing. Anyway, it's humiliating, actually. What is something that you think is actually actively bad? Like, this thing is bad. Straight up.
Okay, so well, the worst thing, I'm trying to think of something in this park. I know immediately one in DCA.
Okay.
Immediately. And I'll say that one first.
Okay.
The worst thing, it was almost, I almost couldn't eat it.
Really?
It was the chili verde cone. At the Cozy Cone.
Oh man, it was that bad?
It was
I remember
like,
you got that once.
It was like a cup of vomit.
Yeah, that did not
It
look
was
good.
acidic
Yeah.
to a point where I'm like, it wasn't even spicy. It wasn't even like super spicy. It was just this acidic juice with some chicken in it, and it was awful. It was so bad.
That did not look good.
No, it wasn't good. I'll never get that again. But in this park, I can't think of one that I actively had.
Where you ate it and you
I'm
went,
like,
ew.
This is disgusting.
Okay, because
I'm not a picky eater. I can eat anything and I'll enjoy anything.
Yeah, I'm that way too.
That cone sucked.
Yeah.
But this, I can't think of one.
I can give you two.
Okay.
Two things, and they are a lot of people's traditions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stomp on a lot of hearts right now.
One of them I think we met, and I can't say anything because I've never eaten it, but go ahead.
I got to say it. I'm sorry, everybody out there. If you're going to turn this off, so be it. Turkey leg.
Yep.
Don't like the turkey leg.
Never had one.
Yeah.
But it's the most disgusting looking, smelling. Everything about it looks so gross.
And it's legendary. It's
legendary.
Like,
It's so greasy and everything.
Yeah.
It's just awful on all fronts.
So now I should preface. I should say, the last time I had one was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
When I had one, I was here with someone I was dating at the time, and it was like, oh, we're here, let's do a traditional Disneyland thing. That'll be cool. And she bought one and I bought one, and they were like big hot dogs.
Yep.
They were like mixed meats. It didn't taste like a turkey.
I really don't think they're turkey.
Now, supposedly recently they said, no, they are. Like, here's the research.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like one. It smelled and kind of tasted like a hot dog.
Yeah.
And when we took them out of the bag, it was like grease everywhere. And the reason why I bring this up is she took it out of her bag and the grease spilled onto her purse and stained the purse. So it was just this moment of like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
And then we ate a little bit and it was like, yeah, I'm like done with this, and I tossed it. Now I will say, in the past year or two, I've heard from a lot of people that have been like, oh my god, I ate 2 turkey legs. And I was like, really? And they were like, no, it's good, it's really good. I've been hearing that a lot lately.
You should try it out.
I'm down to try it again.
Yeah.
It's been almost a decade. I'm down to try it again.
Yeah.
I will. But one thing that I will not concede, the other food that I think is completely horrible is the chimichanga.
I've never had that either.
Oh, it is so awful. It is like this bean paste thing. Like it was not good.
Yeah.
Tell me, people at home, do you like the chimichanga? I'm curious, because again, I don't know if I had a bad one or what. Like, I would love to hear turkey leg. I know some people are going to be like, hey, Rocco, I've had a good turkey leg. I know there's going to be mixed stuff on that. But the chimichanga, I haven't heard from anyone going, oh, so good.
Yeah.
It's like, I almost wonder if they're selling it out of habit.
Never had that. The one thing I can say that sucks here, I think, are the typical burgers. Anytime I got one of those in the past, they were just kind of dry, and they were edible. It's not like they were awful.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to say that.
It's like, but they're just not good.
They're just there. Now, I will say to their credit, I feel like they have stepped it up.
Yeah.
Where they have a lot, they got a pastrami burger, they got a brisket burger, they got a... Yeah. I feel like they have made an effort,
burgers. What sucks is I hear this a lot from people that don't go to Disneyland a lot.
Yeah.
It's always worked into this thing of, theme park food sucks.
I still hear people say that.
I still hear people that don't go to Disneyland just like, oh, Disneyland's food, it's theme park food. It sucks, and it's like, no, you can find some great food here.
Yes, in the past, I don't know how many years, they have stepped it up because they've realized they will sell more food if there is an awesome variety.
Yep.
No, I come here and I like to try good stuff.
Yeah,
now.
there's some great food here.
And so, on that note, we should talk about. I think we should talk about some of the nicer food experiences at Disney, at Disneyland. And mainly, I would say, okay, there's kind of the main ones. Here inside Disneyland, really, if you want like a really nice dinner, you're going to the Blue Bayou.
Yep.
And if you ask me, just my opinion, if you want the most, iconic Disneyland meal, in terms of atmosphere, experience, and the food, you got to eat the Blue Bayou because it is inside Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you saw the first episode.
Yep.
It's basically
we were there.
We were there, and you're watching the the boats go by from Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. You're in the bayou, it's such a great atmosphere and experience.
The best atmosphere. I really think that is like one of the top 5 best Disneyland experiences. Yep. I really think that. The best thing to me is to have a great meal there and then go on Pirates.
Yeah.
That is like, can't have a better day than that. Now, as for the food there, it's a little pricey, but it's all stuff. It's steak, it's surf and turf, so you're getting lobster.
Yeah, that's dinner. The dinner, do they switch up the menu now for both still?
I think
know
it's the same all day
they just have, they just changed it to where it's just the same stuff all day.
Yeah, I think it's the same all day now. I'm pretty sure. But, anyway, a famous thing that they would have during their lunch menu is the Monte Cristo. Yeah. Which is, if you never had one, a fried sandwich.
Yep. With like dipping sauces.
You could, and
sweet dipping sauces.
Yeah, they sprinkle some powdered sugar on it, and you can dip it into like jam.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Yep.
It's hard to finish one. They're hardcore. But that was kind of a famous thing at the Blue Bayou, and now it's like kind of not on the menu.
No.
But I guess you can ask for it still.
Okay. Because I know they still have it at the, I forgot what it's called.
Cafe Orleans.
Cafe Orleans.
Outside,
and I think they share a kitchen.
They do.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but the thing that I like to get there is, give me a good steak.
Yeah.
And when you order, they give you a thing of gumbo first or a salad.
Yep. That's my favorite salad of all time. Is that at that restaurant?
Damn. I think the gumbo is great.
Yep.
It's actually good meaty gumbo. It's good. So anyway, you can't mess with it. No matter what you get, it's going to be good. I think it has I think they have great food there.
Yeah.
I really do. And you're probably going to spend $40 to $50 a person.
Mm-hmm.
But to
pricey.
me, it's the food, but it's definitely half the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's well worth the money.
Totally.
You have to get a reservation in to go there, but to me, it's worth it. I think that is such a classic experience.
Yeah.
Now, if you want a fancy meal over in California Adventure, you're going to Carthay Circle.
Yes.
And that's kind of a newer thing in the past few years. It's now that they've redone California Adventure, the opening kind of street is Buena Vista Street, which is like 1920s LA, and they added this Carthay Circle theater at the end of it, and
which is a restaurant.
Inside there's a restaurant. I love Carthay Circle.
Yeah, it's great.
It is very old 1920s. Very. It feels very. It's funny. It feels very Club 33 kind of.
Yeah, it's fancier.
Yeah,
it's definitely fancier.
It is. It's a fancier meal than probably the Blue Bayou. Now I will say, it's not as special as the Blue Bayou just because Blue Bayou is in Pirates.
Yeah.
But it's still really great in terms of it's nice and quiet inside. It really feels like you're in a fancy meal. It feels like you've almost kind of left the park.
Yeah.
It's really neat. It's really special.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things in California Adventure, honestly. And there's lots of old movie stuff and old photos of things on the wall, and sometimes there's old like relics inside their little like display case from different old movies and stuff. It's great. I love Carthay Circle.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's your favorite thing to eat there?
At Carthay Circle?
They change their menu a lot, so it's hard to say for me.
I would say my favorite is the lunch menu burgers.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are so good.
It's a good burger.
Yeah.
It's not an entree, but I love. They have a famous item on their appetizers menu, which are jalapeno cheese biscuits or something like that.
Those are good.
They have a fancier name, I think, but they are biscuits is kind of the wrong term. They are bread spheres. With
they're
with
almost like
cheese.
poppers.
Yeah, with cheese in them, and they have a side. They give you a side of like apricot butter to put on them.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah,
I like
it's
those.
really good.
But if I have dinner there, once again a steak.
Can't go wrong with steak.
Yeah.
In terms of those are the two best places in each park to go to, like the nicest restaurant.
Yes.
My second favorite restaurant in either of the parks is not here anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what it is.
The Big Thunder Ranch Barbecue is on par, maybe just slightly under Blue Bayou. I loved that restaurant.
I didn't know you liked it that much.
So much.
Yeah,
because
how funny.
the food was great. It was all you can eat.
It was too.
All you can eat barbecue. And the desserts were these big things. All the desserts were these big things that you had to ask for ahead of time.
Yeah,
because
giant skillets.
They baked them while you ate.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It wasn't super, super expensive.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was just outdoorsy.
Yeah, the Old West
Old
kind of
West.
thing.
It was great. And they bulldozed the whole thing for Star Wars Land.
Yep.
So
that
completely gone.
That and they made a lot of little adjustments to
Yeah.
make room for Star Wars Land. That's the only thing that I feel like
that was a big loss.
We lost it.
Yep.
There's other little compromises in other places, but for the most part, they did a good job. That's one thing where I go,
I loved that restaurant.
I will say though, there was an extra layer of sorrow to it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I only discovered it at the end.
Yep.
So it was like I went there a few times in its last year, and every time I went, it was extra sad. It was like,
this is leaving.
oh, they're gonna get rid of this, and like the old cowboy guy came over and sang to our table, and it's like, you're gonna be gone soon.
Yep.
Like, it was sad. So yeah. I totally wouldn't. I would have forgotten to bring that up.
No, and that was basically
classic.
Frontierland. There's really other in Frontierland. This is basically it now.
Yeah.
That was connected to it.
Yeah.
It was right near Big Thunder.
Yeah.
And it's gone forever.
I will say now going back to fancy stuff.
Yeah.
There are two restaurants that you can eat at that you don't even need park admission for.
Yes.
That are outside. One of them is on the Disneyland Hotel property. Well, first of all, we should just gently touch on this. Disneyland Hotel, that area, you can go there. You don't have to be a guest. In that area, they have a bar called Trader Sam's.
Yep.
I guess that qualifies to talk about, but
it's a restaurant bar and it's really cool.
It's
inside.
a tiki bar
and
it's awesome. That is one of the best new additions in the past 5 years or whatever. However, 5, 6, I don't know. It is just amazing. Awesome little tiki bar. It's themed to like old Adventureland, like 1930s. So. Anyway, I love that place.
Yeah.
But the restaurant that I'm talking about, that's in that same area, only feet away, is Steakhouse 55. I love Steakhouse 55. That's another fancy meal. But man, they make a good steak.
Their steaks are huge too.
Yeah. You can get like prime rib there, and they let you pick the size. Be careful. I went there once with my brother was in our party.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I'm super hungry. Give me the biggest one."
Yeah.
I hope he's okay. It's been years, and I don't know if he's
ever recovered.
I mean, they gave him a piece of meat that, like, I can't believe there was an animal that big.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, Steakhouse 55 is awesome. I don't know what you think. I love it.
I loved Steakhouse 55, and it's. I feel like the ribeye has this weird presence in Disneyland where it will be at a restaurant and then not be.
Yeah,
and
that's weird.
It fluctuates because Blue Bayou never had a ribeye until just recently. Now they do. Carthay Circle had a ribeye for a while and they got rid of it.
Yeah,
and Steakhouse 55 I think always had a ribeye.
I think they do.
Yeah,
a ribeye. I think we can. You know, we may have fought on the cream and the root beer and the.
Oh no, we're still gonna fight in a second.
Go
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think we can agree that the ribeye is
ribeye is the best steak.
The best steak.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
But bone out is the best way to have a ribeye. You have that medallion right in the center.
You couldn't have
so
just.
good.
We had a moment of peace, and you just pierced it with that. You gotta get the bone-in ribeye because
you can't eat a bone.
the
I want to
meat
eat the whole steak.
that's closer to the bone. Everyone out there, you know it. It's juicier. It's tastier, and you know what? You gotta have a fatty ribeye too, because you know what? I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying bone out is not fatty. It is.
Yeah, but
You gotta look for that marbling.
but there's more fat near the bone. That may not be true, but fat is my favorite flavor. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
And that's why ribeyes are so good.
That is why
full
they're
of
good.
fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you got to get that bone in. There it is, the final word. We don't need to discuss it anymore. But anyway, no. But anyway, actually, I've had it both ways. They're both good.
Yeah.
But I'm not as adamant about that as I am the bone-in wings versus boneless
we're
wings.
not gonna get
That's one I'll go to die
I
on.
will concede real quick. Boneless wings are not wings. They're nuggets.
That's true.
I like nuggets more than wings.
Okay.
So I prefer that.
That's okay.
Yep.
I see your side. Still wrong.
Yeah.
See your side. No. Anyway, let's get into the Twizzlers versus Red Vines debate too. No. Anyway,
I agree with you.
Yeah, Twizzlers are disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So, but anyway, so Steakhouse 55 is great place. They also have a dessert there, by the way, that is ridiculous. It's like the 24-layer chocolate cake. It is literally a piece of cake that's that tall. I mean, you order that and it's like, what am I doing? No one can eat this.
No.
Anyway, so that place is good.
Yeah.
Now, maybe the fanciest of all of them is over at the Grand Californian, a place called Napa Rose.
Yeah.
Now, that is something that, again, this might be controversial. I can't remember. Did you eat there?
No, I haven't eaten.
Okay. I ate there once. I thought that is something that I always read is people say, like, if that is the best meal you can have on Disney property.
Yeah.
I read that all the time. That is like, no, top place, top restaurant, 5 stars. I thought that place was so overrated. I did not think and it's so weird. This is really weird what happens. Anytime I go online, everyone's consensus is, oh, Napa Rose, you can't top Napa Rose. But everyone I know in person, when I talk with them, they go, it's not that great.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the internet and real life?
I don't know.
Because that's how it always is for me. Everyone I know who goes, it's like, it was really expensive and not that great. But I don't know, I don't know what that is. It's not like what I had was bad.
No, it's just, I feel like when I go to a place like that's white plate and very I leave hungry.
Yeah, it's kind of artsy food.
And it's like very artsy and your steak is this big. And but it's got all these drizzles on it on a white plate this big.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's great. It tastes awesome.
Yeah.
But point me to where the Blue Bayou or something or to the ribs.
Totally.
I prefer that so much more.
But I like a fancy meal.
I do.
I mean, that is fun. But
you can have the best of both
I
worlds.
think though it might be partially the context too, because frankly, when I am at Disneyland, I'd rather eat at the Blue Bayou. I'm surrounded by the theming of Disney.
Yeah.
And I have a big steak, and it's kind of all one big gaudy adventure.
Yeah.
And I think that almost fits Disney better, because I've been to restaurants in LA where it was super fancy schmancy, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So part of me thinks maybe it's just the Disney thing, because also too, I felt like the restaurant didn't really have a theme to it. It was just kind of like
the theme is fancy.
Yeah, and I don't know. To me, it just wasn't that special of an experience. It wasn't bad.
Disney needs to have a theme, so you go and.
But I will also say that recently they changed the food at Club 33.
Yes.
Which, if you don't know Club 33, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably do, but that's like Disney's secret club.
Yep.
It used to have the same kitchen as Blue Bayou. Now it shares the same chef's food as Napa Rose.
Yep.
And I will say, I had a great meal there. Yeah. Because it was like multi-course fancy meal.
Yeah, and it had a theme to it. It was just this secret area.
Yeah, Club 33 has a theme.
Yeah.
You're out on the balconies of New Orleans Square.
Yeah.
It's a very special experience.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was for me in Napa Rose. Napa Rose was super expensive, and I didn't feel enchanted by anything I really had or did.
No.
Whereas that same kind of food played well at Club 33. I thought the food was great at Club 33. It was like, oh, here's a lobster Rockefeller. Don't mind if I do. Okay, that was good. Well, I'm going to go look around at the art now. I'm going to go look. It was an experience.
Yep.
maybe that's the difference. I don't know. But Napa Rose, I never really recommend it. To me, it's like if you're gonna have a nice meal, go to Blue Bayou. Go to that to me that's authentically Disneyland to me. So I don't know if you have any other thoughts on that.
No, I think that's it. Yeah.
But I will add to that though. In the Grand Californian area, something that they do in the parks commonly in different places is character breakfasts.
Yeah.
Where you'll have breakfast and like characters will come around and like greet you, and like it's really for kids. You have kids and they wave, and they get to hang out with the characters and stuff like that. Now they have that at there's a place on Main Street in Disneyland called the Plaza Inn.
Yeah.
There was one we do our event in Disneyland Game Days. There was one Game Days where I was up all night the night before. It was a late night, and I woke up the next day in the park. I stayed. I think I stayed at the Disneyland Hotel or something. I mean, where I was able to just walk in. I rolled out of bed and just walked in, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta eat something." And I didn't know the Plaza Inn did any character breakfast or anything.
Yeah.
I just saw a buffet, so I got in line, and they were like, I was so out of it. I was like, and they were like, "You want 8x10? You want 5x7? You want a?" No. And so they rang me up. The breakfast was really expensive.
Oh yeah.
And then I sat down, and they were like, "Okay, it'll be just a minute." And I'm like, "What? Are they gonna bring me drinks?" And man, I just wanted to go get an omelet, and they kept
bringing characters over.
Rafiki came over to my table and was like, doing, they it's like Goofy, Donald.
Yeah.
It was like they're all coming to me, and they would have a professional photographer. And then they brought me like a photo package. Did you want this print or that print? They printed it for me. They already printed it, and then basically, if I didn't pay for it, they're going to throw it away.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. So I was like, no, I don't want this. I just want to eat eggs. So they tossed it.
They also do that next to Steakhouse 55. It's a place called Goofy's Kitchen.
Goofy's Kitchen.
And they do the same thing.
And I've always heard that that's like the place for that.
Really?
Like Goofy's Kitchen, because they have a lot of the characters, but they have princesses too.
Oh, okay.
So like, everybody who's into the princesses, they go nuts over that. Yeah. Now, one place that does do a little bit of the character breakfast, but at a level that to me is acceptable, and I've actually had a great meal here, is a place in Grand California called Storytellers.
Oh yeah.
Storytellers Cafe. I've had breakfast there. I had breakfast there a few times this last Game Days.
Yeah.
It is an awesome breakfast buffet. It's legit good food, really good breakfast. And they do have characters, but it's very low-key. It's like, all right, they have a bear from Brother Bear kind of just hanging around. Okay, he's gone. Okay, Chip or Dale will be there and just kind of hang around. But like, if you're an adult, they might mess with you for a second. Like they might just go over your shoulder and then like take off.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not like pose for a photo,
Yeah, here's your package.
Exactly. So they kind of get it there. It's kind of like, all right, if you got a family, we'll mess with you, and if you don't, whatever. I did have one time where I was eating there where the bear from Brother Bear, I was in the corner away from everybody, and he was playing around with everybody else. And then my booth, it was just me. I think I was on my way out. I was like going to LA or something. I was just eating there by myself, and he sat down in the booth next to me just... and then got back up and went on. Yeah. So I feel like they get it there. It's the one place that has characters that's not like, okay, stop. But I've had a good meal there.
Going back to the Plaza Inn, the first place.
Oh yeah.
They actually, I think, have this permanently on their menu now. But during their 24-hour days, which they don't do anymore, they haven't done it in years.
Yeah. They kind of became a mess a little bit. Yeah.
They would do chicken and waffles because in the morning they had waffles and in the afternoon they had chicken. Yeah. So they would, during these events, go, hey, we're going to serve them both at the same time. Yeah. And it was great.
It was awesome. Yeah. The fried chicken was good. Yeah. Because I think that's been on the menu in that location for like 60 years. Yeah. I think, to my knowledge. Yeah. And then the waffles, Mickey waffles, can't beat them. You gotta love a Mickey waffle. So anyway, that combination, it was so good. But every time, it's like, why don't they have this year-round? This is so good. But I guess it's on a secret menu now. Oh, really? That's another food hack. Oh, okay. It's not on the regular menu, but if you ask, they'll do it. That's what I've heard. I haven't done it yet. Dude, what time is it? I should do it after this. I might be hitting that up. Yeah. Anyway, So glad you brought that up, because
Yeah.
that was a great thing. You know what is also a great meal that I've only discovered recently, because I went with my family. When I was on a family trip here. Carnation Cafe on Main Street.
That place is great.
That place is really good.
I feel that restaurant feels like it's all like Walt's recipes and
Yes,
stuff. And
yeah,
it's great.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's
I
here's
think-
Walt's chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Walt really liked chili. Here's the chili.
Yeah.
They had a cook at that place who only retired a month ago, who was the cook and later the chef there for 60 plus years. He was there since day one until
Not
a
too long
couple days ago.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind.
Yeah.
And they said he started as like he like cleaned the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's it. And they said his name was Oscar. And look him up. Oscar who worked at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Famous guy. And I had heard that he was real low on the totem pole. Just cleaned and maybe was a short order cook. I don't know whatever he was. But he would like, hey, try this with the potatoes. Do this with the potatoes. Okay. Whoa, those are really good. Yeah, mix this with that. Oh, okay. So, like, after a while, they would serve his potatoes on the menu. It's like Oscar's potatoes.
Yeah.
And that was on the menu. Like, everyone liked him so much that he worked his way up the ranks. And he was, like, the head chef there, again, almost 60 years.
Yeah.
And only now just retired. They made him a little statue and everything.
Oh, really?
So, that was pretty cool.
That's
I
cool.
thought. But anyway,
Yeah,
Carnation,
that restaurant's great.
it's great. They have a burger melt there that is so good.
You get fried pickles there, too.
Fried pickles.
Yeah.
I haven't had a bad meal there. I never think to go there that much, but when I do, it's like, oh yeah, this place, this is really good. So yeah, definitely try that if you have a chance. We should say it is an important food discovery.
Yeah.
But we should say just briefly, we kind of talked about this in our Frontierland episode. Doritos were created in Disneyland.
Yes, they were invented here.
Because they served tacos. Maybe I'll get this wrong. I don't know. But they served tacos in a place. I think it was at Casa de Fritos.
Yeah.
That was in Frontierland. They served tacos, and when they made too many shells, a guy had a great idea. Hey, crunch these up and sell them as like chips.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're kind of like tortilla chips. And after a while, they started to like flavor them or something, or maybe I don't remember if they flavored them here, but they were kind of like they were chips. They were Doritos basically. However they did it, and Frito-Lay, which was in control of the restaurant, sought that guy out and was like, hey, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, Doritos started here in Anaheim, California at Disneyland.
Yep.
And Doritos, do you like Doritos? Or
I love Doritos.
You're still a Doritos?
Doritos is great.
You can't go wrong with Doritos. With, hey, if all else fails, a bag of Doritos.
Yep.
You can't hate on it. But if they offer you that with a corn dog, go somewhere else. Get the fries.
Yeah.
Anyway. That might be, I can't think of anything else in terms of food.
In terms of food, no. Like, yeah, we've gone. They, I don't know if do they still serve the lobster roll at the Harbor Galley.
Yes, they do.
They do. That's the only place you can get really like
A lobster roll. Yeah.
Do they?
It's good.
There is something called lobster nachos.
Yeah.
Now they used to be only in DCA.
Yeah.
Are they still only in DCA at the?
I think.
Forgot what it's called. Or did
at
they
the Cove Bar.
The Cove Bar.
Yeah.
Did they move them here at all?
I think they have them at Harbor Galley. now.
Okay.
I think they do.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're the same, but I think they are.
That sounds good, but yeah.
But in case people out there don't know about it, in California Adventure, a new trendy place to go is a place called Cove Bar.
Yeah.
It's this little bar on the bay of their like Paradise Pier area, and it kind of became popular because it's like, oh, they have good drinks here. Like if you like to drink, because we should mention there's no alcohol served in Disneyland. In Club 33 there is, but otherwise none.
Yeah, over there though, it's very
California Adventure is booze flows.
Yeah.
And so they have drinks there, but then they have really some pretty good, I don't even know if they're meals, but bar food.
Yeah.
It's good bar food. It's lobster nachos. They have like these quesadilla roll things. They have all kinds of stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And regrettably, I will say, I feel like sites like BuzzFeed have like blown that place up.
And the line is always out the door.
Yeah, now it's like you got to wait all day to
Yeah.
eat there,
It's
and it's
like
like
not
it used to
worth
be
it.
an off the beaten path kind of fun thing, and now it's like, oh. But they announced recently it is going to close next year.
They're probably going to renovate all the seating and stuff. And
I have heard that they are wiping out the Ariel restaurant under it.
Yeah.
And they might take the whole
Make
thing.
the whole thing Cove Bar.
They should.
Totally.
But they might rename it too. I don't know.
Whatever they need to do.
But anyway, Cove Bar is cool.
Yeah.
Anything in California Adventure that you like to eat?
The Paradise Pier area.
Yeah.
That restaurant that's I forgot if it's still Paradise Pier over in that restaurant area.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever it's called.
I think the food there's great.
Yeah.
They have one that's pizza, and they have the typical cheese pepperoni.
Yeah.
And then they have one weird pizza.
They always have a weird pizza.
They always
Yeah,
have a
it's
weird
good.
pizza, and I've always enjoyed that weird pizza.
Yeah. They've had mac and cheese pizza there before.
Yep.
This last time they had chorizo pizza.
I had a slice of cheeseburger pizza, and that was great.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, there's good food in there.
Yep.
And then there's the wharf area, and that has stuff that
Bread bowls, and there's Asian food on one side, Mexican food on the other.
and they're both okay.
Yeah.
They're whatever.
I've never really.
There's better Mexican options in that corner area we were talking
Yes.
about. Paradise Pier. There's some decent stuff there.
It is good, but it's seasonal. So it basically they'll put in whatever event they're doing. If they're doing some parade for a certain fiesta or something like that, they'll do Mexican. They'll do Mexican food there, and they'll do Greek food sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that. So that one's always changing.
But it's good. It's all good.
It's all good.
I got to be honest. I have an affinity in terms of California Adventure. I love the cones.
Yeah.
And we already talked about that, but I do like those. I always like, if I'm in that area, I'm going to get a cone. And then in the same area, they have soft serve ice cream, which is kind of hard to find in Disneyland.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then they will do weird popcorn over in that area too.
I had pickle popcorn at game days.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
This game days?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know they had it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've had buffalo popcorn there. I've had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other stuff.
I can't really think of Flo's in Cars Land had the cheddar cheese
apple pie. Yeah.
That was okay.
It was all right.
It could have been better, but you can tell it was just pre-made. It wasn't. It would have without cheese. It would have still been a mediocre pie.
Yeah, they're trying to do diner food basically.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Cars Land. Oh, I will say we kind of dissed the burger scene a minute ago.
Yeah.
But I will say, if I am going to get a burger, because a lot of times I got to be honest. Sometimes I'm with family on a family trip, and they don't get fancy. They just want let's get a burger. Let's all get a burger.
Yeah.
If we got to eat a burger, I choose to go to the place in Grizzly Peak area.
Yeah, it's called Smoke
Jumpers Grill.
That was good.
Everything is grilled, by the way. But anyway, Smoke Jumpers, because they have a bar. They have a burger bar.
Yeah.
You can get a burger, and you got all the toppings.
It doesn't come with everything, but it has this bar. It's like Fuddruckers.
Yeah.
And it has all the toppings you can add. As many pickles as you want to put on it, you can.
Yes.
It's up to you.
And my favorite thing is they've got a very In-N-Out style Thousand Island dressing.
Yep.
That's a very California thing.
Really?
And then it's funny because they have a similar place over in Florida, Cosmic Rays, which has the infamous Sunny Eclipse alien singing in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they don't have that dressing there.
No.
Because that's a distinctly Californian thing, I think. But they have all you can eat, I guess, grilled mushrooms.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
all about it.
Yeah.
So, get the best of both worlds, go to both coasts. You're going to love it. Was there anything you had over at Disney World that you liked? Any particular thing? We were kind of on the move.
Yeah, we were always on the move. We never, that burger I had right before we saw Indiana Jones, the Saint Show, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I forgot what that
Brisket
place was
burger.
called. Yeah, it was a brisket
what was
burger.
it? Backlot Express or something? Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing.
We were kind of eating quick on the go.
Yeah, it was just running.
I do like getting all the different food at World Showcase.
Yeah.
Like going to the different lands and getting different food. And it was Food and Wine Festival last time.
Yeah.
So I had like a good lobster roll there.
I had the same lobster roll, a good carrot cake.
Yeah, at the German food, we had like bratwurst that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I had some, what was it called? Some German noodle thing. Nabenjagen noodle.
That looked good though.
Nudeljagenhagen.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's what it was. But anyway, that was good. Yeah, there's lots of good food at Epcot.
Yeah. Oh, and I tried
around the
Beverly.
world.
That,
I
went to the
soda
pool spot or whatever. cool spot. I don't know, Club Cool?
Yeah, Club Cool.
Club Cool.
Cool spot. One of those is a game, and one of those is a place we went.
And it did not taste good.
Yeah. I said to me, it's like carbonated sweat.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Hey, if you're into that, though, so be it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Anyway, yeah, but that's really all
I think of.
when I was in terms of international parks, I already said Paris, but when I was in Tokyo Disney, I went to Tokyo Disney Sea, and I actually had a great meal. Their Adventureland is like Agrabah in Aladdin. And I went into the King's Courtyard area, and they had an Indian food restaurant, and it was a decent meal.
Really?
It was like naan bread and curry and stuff.
Food.
Yeah, it was actually okay.
I didn't know I loved Indian food till I had good Indian.
Oh, really?
Food.
Yeah. I'm normally kind of mixed on Indian food, but it was okay. It was interesting.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah,
I can't think of anything else.
yeah, I will say too about Disney Sea.
Yeah.
What's funny is I'll have to look up. I can't remember the name of the guy's Twitter, but there's a guy online who went to a McDonald's in Washington, and they had a mural of Ronald McDonald in like some fantasy setting. It's like, what the hell is this? It's a nice painting of Ronald McDonald in some fantasy world, and they looked and it was painted in '85 by some artist, and they looked up that artist, and he didn't have a lot of work online, but they found his wife, and they asked him like, what else has this guy done?
Yeah.
He was dead.
Okay.
But she said, well, I have a bunch of his stuff. And she gave this dude a bunch of sketches and blueprints and stuff. And he designed like all the restaurants in Disney Sea.
Oh, really?
Like, what were the odds?
Yeah.
I mean, crazy. He did a ton of Disney stuff. Huh. And I ate in one of the restaurants. It's right by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Okay. And there's this restaurant that looks like it's partially underground and stuff. It was awesome. Yeah. So anyway, he designed that.
I'm glad you mentioned McDonald's because in Frontierland, everybody who grew up with Disneyland knew of this, and it hasn't been here for years. But they used to have a wagon right outside the exit to Big Thunder, and all they sold was McDonald's fries. You didn't get any burgers.
Yeah, they had a deal with them.
It was just fries. And it said Westward Ho on the side. And the spot is still there. The little area that's off to the side. But yeah, there hasn't been a thing there in 15 years? 20 years?
But I gotta be honest, McDonald's best thing is their fries. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing they should be proud of. Yeah. So it was and I honestly think that was probably the deal. I think they were like, we don't want your burgers, just give us the fries. They were, at least, hey, nobody's asked if they could smoke in here. That's kind of
it's the first time in the last couple episodes they haven't asked to smoke.
But anyway, I know Sean was telling me they always got the fries. And he's like, where are the fries? Give me the fries. I think they were also at Harbor Galley outside of Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, they had a deal with McDonald's then. Yeah. Not anymore.
Now, they still do have a deal with Coke.
Yeah, they
Coca-Cola.
have. Yeah.
And I have heard, and I don't know if this is confirmed or what, but I have heard over the years that they have a deal with Coca-Cola where they get all their Coke product for free. Like, they don't have to pay for any of the syrup flowing through the pipes. Yeah. At any of the restaurants, they don't have to pay a dime as long as Coke is the only product in the park. Yeah. That's what I've heard. I don't know if
only
that's true.
Coke products. Yeah.
That's the deal with Coke. It's like you don't have to pay us a dime, charge whatever you want for drinks. We don't have anything to do with it, but it is all Coke in the boundaries of Disneyland. Just Coke.
And I always get Coke.
Coke is the best. Yep. Now, have I been brainwashed to say that? That's not for me to say. But I will say it. I will repeat it ad nauseum. Coke is the best drink product ever. Yep. Whether I'm programmed or not, you decide. Contact us and let us know. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it.
I think that is.
I think I don't know if people at home are salivating or bored.
Yeah.
If you're not a foodie like us, because Kevin calls himself a foodie like all the time. Like,
I like good food.
He's telling everybody what a foodie he is. It's pretty crazy to like good food. You really stand out. As someone who calls himself a foodie, you really stand out. I mean, who knew you liked good food? As a person
who likes good food,
That's crazy. I like bad food.
Really? That's why I'm a foodie.
That's why you're a foodie. You like good food. So there we go. We cleared it all up, everybody. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for watching another Creepy Old Crypt.
This is a fun one.
This was a good one. And let us know if there's anything we missed. In terms of food items or any kind of special thing.
What's your favorite item here?
What is your favorite thing? Let us know, and we can kind of bring it up maybe on the next one.
Yeah.
To see I know there's something that fell through the cracks, I'm sure.
There's got to be.
One thing I just want to say before we end. In eating the ice cream on Main Street, that was my favorite thing. I will say, it's funny, they redesigned that Gibson Girl like 5 years ago or whenever. And I was surprised there was very little outcry. But it was a lot of like decor and stuff that was there since day one.
Yep.
I used to always eat ice cream next to this big glass elephant.
Yep, it was right in the middle.
And it's gone now. It kind of looks Starbucksy now. Yeah.
It's now on top of the where Jungle Cruise is.
Yeah.
It's up in the decorations.
Yes. And so I used to always, from a kid to being an adult, I would eat ice cream next to that big glass elephant. So next time you're in the park and you're in Adventureland, look up at a big glass elephant.
Yeah, it's in a box like it's a good being shipped.
Yeah. Look up at that and just picture Rocco the adult and Rocco the baby eating next to that elephant. And just have an emotional moment. It's kind of like Boyhood. It's kind of like that movie Boyhood.
Exactly.
Only more award-winning.
Yep.
More poignant. More special. Because it's me. Good night, everybody. Wait, do you have a final?
Nope, that's
final
it.
thought? Oh, that was it. Okay.
There's good food in the park, surprisingly.
Ended it on that arrogant note. I gotta go eat something. I'm starving.
Yeah, I'm starving too.
Okay, I'm gonna shut this off.